Hey all, and this is the Day of the Dead. This is Light and Immortal Killer. So I made up a few teams. I managed to get the ultimate form for only 2,400 gems. I got a bunch of really lucky pulls from the vault. Originally I wasn't going to go higher than tier 2 of the vault. I wasn't planning on recording it as I don't have too many gems, but I got some really decent pulls from it. And as such, I made the event ultimate form. Alright, so I've made up 3 teams for the event. Here's the first one. This is the main one. This was an experimental team with Iria on the team. It didn't really work that well though, unfortunately. And this is what I was using for the Crusade, but the first team seems better. What you can also use on your team is Metaverse Masters. It's quite difficult to get this to work though, but you can get the next hero to use their battle skill a 150% damage boost. So if you look at the card, let's go back to the team, Divine Sovereigns, this gives a 500% buff to the next light commander hero. So yeah, if you're clever, you can get 2 buffs on Sun Blessed Siblings. It's quite difficult to do though, as there's no convert skill to convert the gems back to light on these cards. This is why I'm not using Metaverse Masters on my team. Well, not yet anyway. This is pretty decent. So let's talk through the team from left to right. Okay, so starting with Afterlife Alliance. The main reason this is on the team is because it increases light commander damage by 70%. The problem with this card is its 5-turn cooldown. So it makes it quite difficult to get more than one attack in, as you have to wait 5 turns. It's a bit awkward, as all the other cards are ready before this one. However, that 70% commander damage buff is quite useful. Divine Sovereigns, this is one of the key cards. Gives Excalibur to the next light commander hero that uses their battle skill. So you want to use Sun Blessed Siblings afterwards. This has a buff that increases self-damage by 160%. However, you can also put the buff on the ultimate form from the current event, Dancers of the Departed. You can see here it increases self-damage by 80%, so not quite as good, but if you're using Iria to boost up Immortal Killer damage, you may find this is quite effective. I personally prefer single affinity, though I think it's more effective than using Iria. And finally, Starsong Wolfpack. No damage buff on the card, but it upgrades all light power gems by 2 ranks. This makes it really good. So yeah, that's basically why it's on the team. Something that increases light commander damage would be preferred, so I may swap that out for something else later on. Or I may swap that out for Metaverse Masters, I'm not sure yet. And now for the relics. So if we go from left to right, these are all just pretty much general light commander relics, the best ones I have. You need to break 7 shields in total, so if you're using 5 ultimate forms like I am, you only need the 1 relic that breaks the immortal shield. You can use the current event relic, or you can use the older one, which is here. You don't really need both unless you want to use both, but yeah, since there's an older Immortal Killer relic that breaks the shields plus 1 per light commander ultimate hero, you have quite a few options here. The shield shouldn't be a problem for that reason. There's tons of other decent Immortal Killer relics as well you can use. Now I'm going to talk through the other 2 teams quickly. They're not as good as the first one. So this team I've been trying to use High Performance Unit Iria, which has that lovely supercharged buff to try and boost up both Destined Duo and Dancers of the Departed. Since they're both Immortal Killer, it doesn't really work that well though, unfortunately. I'm getting around 2Q out of this team, so is maybe something to try if you're struggling for options, but I don't think it's as effective as I thought it was going to be. And then this was just a Crusade team I was using to start with. It's not overly effective if I'm being honest. So there's not much point in me talking through this team too much. It's not really something that's worth using. But anyway, that's the teams I have for this event. I've not recorded the vault, unfortunately. I was only expecting to do 2 tiers. I got a rare relic on tier 1, then I got an ultra hero on tier 2, so I was kind of obliged to open tier 3, and then, well, I got a master hero on tier 3. And then I was like, what on earth is going on? That was amazing. But yeah, anyway, I didn't record that as I didn't think I was going to go too far with the vault. So let's get on with the actual event. Here we go. Alright, so here we go with the Crusade. I'm going to be playing the Umbral map as always. Now, even if you can't defeat the solo bosses on the Umbral map, I recommend playing it. You can check at the end to see if a solo boss is going to come up or not. If it is, then you can just quit out and try again. The map itself is not too difficult. Now, I'm always going to go to the bottom to see if there's a suitable light commander hero before using one of my friends or guildmates. As there's not, I'm going to pick an ultimate form. Or should I say an ultimate form from the current event. Here we go. So this should be relatively straightforward, or hopefully anyway. This team is pretty effective. You don't need to use too many cards as well on the normal enemies. For the end boss, just use Divine Sovereigns, then Sun-Blessed Siblings, and that normally takes care of the boss pretty easily. So you want to keep Afterlife Alliance going, as it has that damage buff. And then just pretty much match anything. Using the cards that have the 2-turn cooldown is always a good idea here as well. That's Star Song, Wolfpack, and the current event ultimate form, Dancers of the Departed. Yeah, so for the bosses you can do something like that, and then that should take care of it really easily. You may want to save that for the end boss though. There we go. Then yeah, the regular enemies, just using these 2 cards again. Your goal is to try and complete this as quickly as possible, basically. You don't want to be wasting too much time on the Crusade. The quicker you can get through the Crusade, the more keys you'll earn, the more trophies you'll earn, and the better you will ultimately finish. That's my general strategy for Commander anyway. And I normally get globals, so it's worth doing that. Right, so the end boss is coming up anyway. You can see the damage. The regular enemies don't stand a chance with this team. Yeah, for the end boss, just use everything, basically, everything you have left. And it should, with a bit of luck, take care of it in 1 turn. We shall see anyway. Right, here we go. Here you can see 1.6 trillion on Sun-Blessed Siblings. That totally destroyed the end boss. Brilliant. Okay. So there we go. Let it load. There we go. Nice. So now I need to try and get a solo boss up. This might take me a bit of time, but we will see. Alright, so here we go with a solo boss. Didn't take me too long to find this, actually, which was pretty good. This just has counter-attack on it, so shouldn't be too much of a problem to deal with. And if you have a look at the ultimate form from the current event, you will see the passives actually increase The amount, oh, it doesn't increase, it upgrades all the light power gems by 3 ranks when you die. So, yeah, actually being hit by counter-attack might be a good strategy for the solo bosses. I know that sounds a bit weird, but that may help you to get overkill on them. Anyway, let's give this a go and see how well I do at it. Alright. So I think what I'm going to try with this is, on turn 0, just use Afterlife Alliance. And then after that, use all the cards to see what sort of damage I can do to the boss. This should be quite interesting. I'm not sure if it will be that effective or not doing it this way. I'm hoping to get a bit more damage though. Just using Afterlife Alliance alone on turn 1, then using the other cards on turn 2. Yeah, I don't think it makes too much difference, to be honest. I could just go left to right. Now I need to wait until Afterlife Alliance is active again, which is a bit of a pain. I can chip down the health on the boss, though, in the meantime. So, like, just by using these 2 cards to try and get the overkill. It's looking quite difficult to get overkill with this team, though. It doesn't really hit super hard. Well, there we go. That's taking it down quite low. Now I just need to wait until all the cards are ready. Then finish off the boss. And I might get 50% overkill on the boss. Maybe, anyway. As always, though, I'll try and make this team stronger as I progress through the event. But currently you can see what sort of damage this is doing. I would be curious to see what sort of damage I could do once I die and all the power gems upgrade. I can't really test that out though. Sunblessed Siblings removes counter-attack. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to get overkill on these bosses. I might just try and kill them as quickly as possible, rather than trying for overkill, I think. So here we go with the guild bosses. I'm going to take on the Umbral guild boss by myself. So these have armor and toxin, 2 very nasty skills. Toxin can completely mess up high performance unit Iria. Sunblessed Siblings cleanses 1 debuff and removes 1 enemy buff. So this is almost an essential card to have on the team. I highly recommend making some sort of team based around this for the guild bosses. What I'm going to do is try with this team, then afterwards I'll try with Metaverse Masters on the team to see if I can do more damage. Anyway, here we go. Alright, this should be interesting. So yeah, the biggest problem is getting Afterlife Alliance up, as it takes 5 turns. I can use it right at the start, as you can see here. So I think what's a good idea is to just use the 4 cards. 2.6 Q, that's not spectacular. Toxin has hit though, so I need to wait until Sunblessed Siblings is usable again, otherwise I can't really do that much. I don't think it makes too much difference to this team though, Toxin. It will, with Afterlife Alliance, it will block that card for sure. It doesn't block the other ones though, I don't think. Let's try. See what it blocks. No, and that's good. Sunblessed Siblings remove Toxin, as you saw. Yeah, so the damage is not too bad. Without Afterlife Alliance, I think that's the way to use this team. Just alternate between using it and not using it. Slow cooldown though. I might try swapping out Afterlife Alliance actually. Right, here we go again. Oh no, I have to use Afterlife Alliance after Toxin has been removed. That was nearly a mistake by me. And now... yeah, I need the multiplier gem, so... that was quite a difficult match, so to speak. Yeah, 3.3Q on Sunbless. I don't really want to kill the guild boss yet, so... let's quit out. And now what I'm going to do is try... replacing Afterlife Alliance with Metaverse Masters. So here we go, let's do that and see if it works or not. All right, here we go. There's the team. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Let's give it a try and find out. This could be good if it does work. It's better than using Afterlife Alliance anyway, I think. Afterlife Alliance is just simply too slow. 5-turn cooldown. But we will see anyway if this works or not. So yeah, you can use all your cards on turn 1. Problem is you don't get that many power gems. What on earth am I supposed to match here? Something like that. Let's see what it does anyway. Oh, this could be massive. That's looking... okay, it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but that's a pretty decent damage value. The problem now is you need to get Metaverse Masters up again, and that's going to be really difficult. So, yeah, I'm not really sure if this team's going to work or not. I might quit out and just try again from the start. Alright, so what I've done is made a slight change to this team again. I put Outcast Alliance on the team. I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but that's the whole purpose of doing this. To test out various teams until I find something that works really well. And here we go. Well, will this work? That's the big question. Well, hopefully it will work a bit better than the previous team. Again, just left to right. Well, yeah, it full crushes everything, so I think this may be the best option. The damage was disappointingly low. But it seems I can hit again. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. And again, the problem is now getting those dark gems up to use Metaverse Masters. It's very difficult to get out more than one attack. You can see now, light gems take over the grid each time. Yeah, it definitely gives a few interesting ideas, but I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. I think this is too difficult to get dark gems up to use Metaverse Masters again, so it's only really suitable for frenzies. And I think at that point, oh, yeah, I can get a few dark gems now, but again, that's not enough. It's an interesting team. I think I might just go with single affinity rather than using Metaverse Masters, to be honest. So let's quit out of this. But anyway, that was a bit of fun for the guild bosses. I've nearly killed it. I could kill it in my next attack if I wanted to. That gives you an idea of what sort of teams you can use here anyway. So there is also this new cash feature this time around. It's not something I can test out, unfortunately, but it sounds quite interesting. 20 coins to summon bosses, but by the looks of it, you only get 3 attacks on the bosses, so you've got to be a bit careful. And this 100 gems to buy more stamina. I expect that will probably regenerate though anyway. But yeah, you probably want to summon these when there's quite a few players on, I would have thought. Then try and kill them as quickly as possible, but without being able to test that out, I can't really say too much. The top 100 guilds get souls for the ultimate form though. So this is definitely worth participating in if you can. Right, and moving on to the event rewards, it's a Dragoon collection this time around. So this is very much worth trying to complete. Here we go, let's go and finish claiming all of that. Some lovely items here for upgrading your Dragoon. So if you just do one thing this event, just make sure you complete the Dragoon collection. I know the Dragoons you get here are not exactly good, but the items are really useful for upgrading your Dragoons. And I'm not sure what it is this time around. Gonna have a quick look. I'm in Emperors this time around. I didn't really play the last event that much. There's a Dark Warden with Judgment. That's not exactly an exciting defender skill, if I'm being honest. But it is a Dark Warden. Battle skill creates dark power gems, reduces damage taken from enemy attacks, which is quite interesting for a Warden. But yeah, it's a Dark Warden, and Dark, some say, is the best defense to use, so possibly one to consider using, but Judgment is not exactly an exciting defender skill, if I'm being honest. Let's quit out of here. So finally, let's go over to the news feed. The new gameplay mode. Commander Clash. So yeah, you do want to try and earn trophies for this. The top 100 guilds will receive at least one soul from the Day of the Dead event. So yeah, just try and get into the top 100 if you're in a decent guild. Hopefully we will be able to do that without too many problems. There's all those care packages, etc. as well, as you saw. Guild leaders and council can summon clash bosses, so yeah, it's something to do during frenzies, I would have thought, when there's quite a few players on. It's an interesting feature. I need to test this out though, otherwise I can't really say too much. And that's the end of the video. I hope that was helpful. As always, if you do have any questions or suggestions regarding this, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. If you did enjoy this video, leaving a like and subscribing to the channel is always appreciated. Thank you to those that have already subscribed. Feel free to leave your best teams in the comments. And thanks for watching.